Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Relatives of crash victims struggle to cope. PSOJ's Crime Stop tip line to zoom in on cybercrimes. And later in sports, 3 matches scheduled for Ray and Nephew Premier League today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kerry Ann Simpson. Here are the details. The relatives of the victims of a deadly crash on the PJ Patterson Highway on Sunday are still trying to come to terms with the incident. In the midst of their grief, they're calling on the authorities to address what they have described as shortcomings in the health sector. Janella Precious has the details in this TVJ News follow-up.
It's been a difficult couple of days for this woman who goes by the name of Pauline ever since Sunday's crash, which claimed the lives of 4 of her family members. She says she's been unable to cope.
I'm not holding up right now. I am down. I am not holding up. It is not good for me.
The crash happened on a section of the St. Catherine leg of the PJ Patterson Highway. According to reports, 27-year-old Andre McLeish lost control of the Pro Box he'd been driving, which hit a median and overturned. It's further reported that the passengers were in the process of disembarking the vehicle when a 2022 black Mercedes-Benz driven by a Manchester resident collided in the vehicle and the nearby passengers. McLeish, 22-year-old Taisha Manhart, 29-year-old Wendy Lamy, and 8-year-old Troy Stewart died, while 3 others were hospitalized. Relatives are upset about the police's handling of the situation.
The people in beg, wave down vehicle and put them in the air.
So what the policeman did say?
You can't touch them.
They're also taking issue with the treatment of their loved ones at hospital.
When my granddaughter go there, and our head hurt, them say them now no scan. They have nothing to do no scan. I said to them, say, okay, you have not, let's get a transfer to the university hospital. The lady said them now no ambulance.
11 people were reportedly traveling in the Pro Box. Police have concluded that the driver of the Mercedes-Benz, which slammed into it, was speeding.
I will lead light. It need light. And you cannot drive on a long stretch of road like that without the light. They must have accident, no matter what them do. Them have accident.
Janella Precious, TVJ News.
With the high incidence of cybercrime, the PSOJ's tip line Crime Stop will be getting some attention with its renewed partnership with the National Commercial Bank. Shamila Pullen has the details.
Since its establishment in 2008, the PSOJ's tip line Crime Stop has been reaping success.
Through our anonymous tip platforms over the past 35 years, we have played a key role in solving 33,162 cases, leading to 2,953 arrests, the recovery of stolen property valued at $336 million, the dismantling of criminal networks, and most importantly, the prevention of crimes before they occur.
But over time, crime has evolved to now include violations in cyberspace. A 2024 study by the Bank of Jamaica revealed that internet banking fraud, for example, has skyrocketed by 890.6% since 2020. It's among the reasons why the National Commercial Bank has renewed its partnership with Crime Stop as it seeks to help reduce incidents of cybercrimes.
Renewing this multi-year partnership with the PSOJ's Crime Stop initiative allows us to highlight the dangers of white-collar online crime in Jamaica while educating our customers to conduct online transactions safely. As the largest financial institution in the English-speaking Caribbean, it behooves us all to do what is within our ability to stymie these threats.
This support has been pivotal in saving lives, in recovering stolen assets, and maintaining the integrity of our anonymous tipster system, a system that has never been compromised in our 35-year history.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
To a TVJ News follow-up, Member of Parliament for Manchester Central, Rhoda Moy Crawford, has come out in defence of a proposal to establish Jamaica's third national park in Manchester. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement recently. However, Mayor of Mandeville Donovan Mitchell contends the proposed area for the park should instead be used to build a multi-story market. But Ms. Crawford believes the recreation spot is necessary because the Cecil Charlton Park is inadequate.
Began to express their excitement, suggested locations and names for the park. Names such as Heritage Park, Liberty Park, Mandeville Family Park, the Oasis, and the Sanctuary. It is understood that the new national park in Mandeville will be strategically located, spanning numerous acres with amenities for all ages.
She says a new park will offer families a vibrant space for play, exercise, relaxation, and to enjoy entertainment events. The proposed state-of-the-art facility will also have a play area,
which falls under the jurisdiction of the Manchester Municipal Corporation, is not only small, but access is largely restricted to the public, except for civic functions and very few special occasions.
President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Dr. Mark Smith, is calling on the government and opposition to state their plans for education ahead of the general elections. He asserts that a lack of investment in the sector has led to teacher migration.
And so if we're serious about growing the economy, and whether you're a JLP or PNP, I'm neither NP, but I'll tell you this, we need to heavily invest in education so that we can have more Manchester High. So Manchester High is not present itself only, just like a Monroe College, as a glimmer of excellence, but we have all our schools looking excellent. It requires that type of investment in education. And I ask you to join the Jamaica Teachers Association in supporting this Go Public Fund Education campaign, particularly in an era when we're supposed to go to the polls. I want to hear our politicians talk a lot more about what's going to happen for the growth and development of education and ensuring we're able to empower and continue to transform the lives of every single individual.
In the meantime, Dr. Smith says the JTA has been doing its part to raise funds for the education sector.
A big partnership the Jamaica Teachers Association has engaged in, that of partnering with our international partners, Education International, in launching a Go Public Fund Education campaign in Jamaica. Very important, instrumental in helping to draw the attention of our politicians to the importance of adequately funding schools. Let's be careful and serious in our discussions and analysis of where we are as a country. There's no version of a progressive, successful, economically viable Jamaica that does not have education as the transformative force.
Speculation this afternoon that Prime Minister Andrew Holness could call the general elections in the next 2 months. Former PNP Government Minister John Jr. says his prediction is based on the recent visit by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and his clarification regarding the Cuban medical program.
We will face an election before school ends. It would be or just about when school ends in June. Good. Why? I see the U.S. Secretary of State has come and they've made a big thing about his support for some of the things that we were afraid of, most of which were negotiated in any event with the Caribbean leadership in CARICOM.
Mr. Jr., former Minister of Health, declared that if the U.S. had decided not to grant U.S. visas to those involved in the program, he would have been on that list. He says he is unapologetic about his role in negotiating the program during his tenure. Meanwhile, Mr. Jr. believes the impending CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in July, which will see Jamaica taking over the chairmanship, is also a factor in when the general elections will be held.
He is hoping that he will win, right? Because it is Jamaica's time for chairmanship. So that tells me that we are between now and then at risk.
Mr. Junior was speaking at a divisional conference for the Royal Flat Division in Royal Flat, Manchester on Sunday. Residents of Whitehall District in St. Thomas are accusing the police of unfairly targeting their community. They say since the police fatal shooting of 26-year-old Franklin Hyman, the lawmen have remained in the area. They took to the streets on Tuesday, claiming they're being harassed.
My brother dead. This is the second time I come on the road. I'm afraid. I don't know where police them are come out. My daughter got to school 2 weeks now. She got to school this morning and she have to come home because she afraid. Yesterday they come knock down my door, say them a look for man, and say if you come into the station and one next one of them a say he might go kill him.
So right now we don't happy in the district, right? I don't say what's going on is right, but the police must know to make some more approach to person. We are all human, you see? And we need, every man need a second chance. Carrying the person, if you hold the person, carry him in. Make the law have its course.
We were unsuccessful in our attempts to get a response from the police. Male students at the Little London High School in Westmoreland are being urged, or encouraged rather, to look beyond the school's curriculum and consider a career in business. Kimberly Petty has the details.
Monday was not an ordinary day at the Little London High School as the girls stayed home while the boys were hosted to a day of empowerment and goodies. Greg Spence is the school's chairman.
So we are actually counseling the boys. Our theme today is the sky is not the limit, and we are empowering them and letting them know that working hard, owning your business can be the key to success. And we have been very receptive. We have been very receptive to that message today.
The initiative, which was spearheaded by the Guidance and Counseling Department, saw the boys being engaged by various business owners who gave them first-hand information to kickstart a career in that field. Educator and counsellor for the Little London Division, Ian Miles, was present at the event.
Positive initiatives is the way to go. Too many illicit activities is surfacing from these young people, and so the more we can take them along this line in a early understanding and realizing their goal, their purpose in life, and this for me is tremendous, and that is what we are here today doing.
Meanwhile, Human Resource Manager at Sandals Negril told TVJ News that they were happy to sponsor such an initiative.
A company like Sandals, we're very much in tune to what is happening in the community, and so from Sandals Negril standpoint, we decided to participate in this activity today. It's really about empowering the young minds and the children of Little London High School. So we were very elated to just come and to share and to talk about the experiences and how, as young people, they are going to be future leaders and they have to prepare themselves for it.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. It's now time for the Business Minute.
Statin is reporting that the mining and quarrying industry declined by 2.3% in the last quarter of 2024 due to reduced alumina and bauxite production levels. Total alumina production decreased by 1.5%, totaling 357,839 tons compared to the corresponding quarter in 2023. Now, crude bauxite production fell by 21.2% to 347,897 tons in 2024. Despite the fall in production, alumina exports increased by 12.7% to 406,596 tons. However, crude bauxite exports contracted by 23.8% to 356,051 tons. And further afield, U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariff plan has the ocean shipping industry on edge as he stokes a trade war destined to staunch transport demand and send companies scrambling to manage the fallout. The Trump administration is set to announce today reciprocal tariffs targeting nations that have duties on U.S. goods. That move would come after it slapped new import levies on products from Mexico, China, and Canada, the top U.S. trading partners, as well as on goods including steel and autos. Now, U.S. container imports have also surged to record levels in recent months as companies rushed in toys, furniture, bedding, machinery, and parts from China, the world's #1 exporter, to avoid Trump's tariffs. For the Business Minute, I'm Shane Masters.
And here's a preview of what's coming up in this evening's Health Report.
In the next edition of the Health Report, we look at intra-abdominal abscess.
Some of the causes are preventable. So, for instance, peptic ulcer disease. If you are diagnosed early and treated, we can eradicate the H. pylori bacteria. We can improve the symptoms from your peptic ulcer. For appendicitis, not so much. There isn't really any prevention. For diverticular disease, there isn't any real prevention, although better eating habits with more roughage in your diet tend to prevent the development of diverticulae. But gradually, as patients age, as we get older, we tend to develop more and more diverticulae, and then you become at risk.
That's the Health Report in Primetime News at 7. And now for today's healthy living tip. If you're prescribed antibiotics, take the full course. Keep track of any changes in your symptoms. Give your body time to heal and do regular checkups with your medical doctor.
Time now for the top stories from around the world.
In the region, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, is urging patience as the country rebuilds from the destruction caused by Hurricane Beryl. The weather event caused damage estimated at approximately $400 million Eastern Caribbean dollars. Dr. Gonsalves noted that the government has mobilized an extensive response effort nationally and especially on Union Island, where less than 100 of the homes destroyed were insured. The Prime Minister added that the manpower required to build continues to be a challenge, hence the importance of input from foreign entities. Dr. Gonsalves said despite limited resources, the government has pressed forward, completing more than 3,000 home repairs nationwide while tackling the issues on Union Island. On the international scene, the White House is hosting what it calls the Make America Wealthy Again event Wednesday. It's the first such gathering in the Rose Garden for the Trump administration. President Donald Trump says he'll unveil sweeping new tariffs, hailing Wednesday as Liberation Day, while economists fear the measures could lead to higher prices. The White House says the tariffs will take effect immediately, with U.S. businesses picking up the tab. The Trump administration says altogether its tariffs could bring in $6 trillion of revenue over a decade. That would effectively be the largest tax increase in U.S. history, even adjusted for inflation. The Senate is set to vote on a resolution aimed at blocking the duties on Canadian goods. Economists say tariffs benefit certain domestic manufacturers by landing them more business. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Kelisha Williams.
And we head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.